if one were to ask me, Hamadan would be high on the list of the most beautiful cities that I have visited in the course of my travels. Located at the foothills of the Alawand mountain range, Hamadan is historic, touristy, picturesque, and highly cultural all at once. Some of the main attractions are the Ganjname, home to two trilingual Achaemenid cuneiform inscriptions. The tomb of Baba Tahir, a legendary 11th century Dervish poet who lived during the reign of Tughril of the Seljuk dynasty, and the incredible Ali Sadr Caves, the world's longest water cave that attracts thousands of visitors each year. The people of Hamadan take special pride in the countless scholars who were born in the city over the centuries. And as every group has a leader, the leader of this esteemed gathering is the favorite son of the soil. His unique tomb is one of the main attractions of the city. Bu Ali Sina, commonly known in the West as Avicenna, the father of modern medicine. As far as religion is concerned, and since my documentaries are based on the lives of the Imamzadeh, the reason I travel to these places in the first place, Hamadan has its fair share. Imamzadeh Abdullah, for instance, a descendant of Imam Musa al-Kazim a.s., whose shrine is located in the heart of the city. And Imamzadeh Khizr, a descendant of Imam Zainul Abidin a.s., buried atop a hill more on the outskirts of the city, affording a spectacular view to the visitor. Last but not the least, Imamzadeh Mohsen Kuh, maternal grandson of Imam Zainul Abidin a.s., whose documentary I have already released in 2018. Today we return to his shrine in Barf Jinn to talk about a revered personality buried alongside him, whose importance is related not only to the history of Islam but to its future as well. With great honor, I present to you the story of one of the most loyal, daring, and skillful companions of Prophet Mohammed sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His name is Simak bin Aus bin Kharasha, who is fondly remembered as Abu Dujana. Hazrat Abu Dujana belonged to the Banu Saida tribe. He entered the fold of Islam through the efforts of Musab ibn Umair, the first propagator of the religion in Medina, approximately 1 or 2 years before the Prophet's migration from Mecca. He was among the Ansar, meaning supporters, an honorary title bestowed upon the companions of Medina. He is among the suppressed companions, in the sense that his contributions and sacrifice have not found the recognition that it truly deserves. Abu Dujana was among those rare individuals who were both extremely poor and yet willfully generous at the same time. Whatever few worldly belongings he possessed, he gave away in the name of Allah to the migrant Muslims who had lost their homes and incomes in Mecca and settled in the Al-Sufa neighborhood of Medina. Talk about being a good host. Abu Dujana's most prominent characteristics came to light in the early battles of Islam when the Muslims were but few in numbers. Apart from Imam Ali, Abu Dujana is amongst the few companions who did not abandon the Holy Prophet in the Battle of Uhud. He wore a red headband symbolizing his eagerness to attain martyrdom, and that was his mark as a warrior. As far as skill goes, Abu Dujana had mastered the art of close combat. He was an ambidextrous warrior, renowned as Zul Saifin, or he who fights with two swords. In the Battle of Badr, he killed Zuma ibn Aswad, one of the staunchest enemies of Islam. His loyalty and true worth as a champion combatant were witnessed in the Battle of Uhud. On the morning of the battle, he was given a special sword by Prophet Mohammed sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself, thus establishing that he was one who could uphold the rights of the weapon. With that sword, Abu Dujana killed several of the enemies. A man from among the pagans was tasked with killing the fallen and wounded Muslims. Abu Dujana caught up with him in the heat of the battle and sent him to hell with a single blow. Then, as a result of complacency of the Muslims and greed for booty, the scale of the battle tipped in the favor of the pagans. Before long, dozens were killed and hundreds fled in unison, leaving the Prophet at the mercy of Abu Sufyan and his murderous hordes. Of the 5 who stayed firm by the Prophet's side, were of course Imam Ali alayhi salam and Abu Dujana. It was here that he was bestowed the title Bad Ali, or after Imam Ali alayhi salam, for his bravery and swordsmanship. Abu Dujana was party to at least 2 miracles on the day of Uhud. In defending the Prophet, his sword broke, so the Prophet took a branch and handed over to him. With that branch, Abu Dujana fought off lances, swords, and arrows. He pushed and he strived and he fought till he fell to the ground, grievously wounded and knocking on the door of death. He was saved by Imam Ali alayhi salam and brought before the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He raised his hands in prayer and Abu Dujana was healed miraculously. During the Battle of Tabuk, Abu Dujana was given the task of arresting a seditious governor, while his presence has been noted in the famous Battle of Khaybar as well. A few days after the demise of the Holy Prophet, on the night of the attack on the house of Imam Ali, an attack that broke the ribs of his beloved wife, Lady Fatima, subsequently killing her and her unborn child, Abu Dujana was amongst the very few who reached the house of the Imam for help. He is also credited with slaying the false prophet Musaylama al-Kazzab in the Battle of Yamama after the passing of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. According to some narrations, Abu Dujana attained the honor of martyrdom in this very battle. However, no record of his grave can be found anywhere except here in Hamadan. This shrine was authenticated as the grave site of Abu Dujana al-Ansari by historian Hamdallah Mustafi in his very prominent work Nuzhat al-Qulub. He was taught a supplication by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is known as Hirze Abu Dujana. It is recommended to keep as a frame or amulet to ward off black magic and the evil eye. Do you believe in resurrection? For the Holy Quran surely speaks about it. Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salam says that when Gabriel blows the trumpet announcing the zuhur or reappearance of Imam al-Mahdi alayhi salam, Abu Dujana will return to physical life to take his place as a flag bearer in the army of the Imam. My message to the viewers is this: share the story of Abu Dujana with your family and friends, and if you can make it, then make it to his shrine in the hills of Hamadan. Salams to all.